Life ain't luck, man. This is what life is. Life is hard work, life is faith, and life is grace. If you understand that you gotta work hard, faith without works is dead. You just keep the faith and work really hard and then ask God for as much grace as he can give you.
I had been working my whole life. And what I didn't understand by being determined to chase something, by being committed to it, and what commitment is staying true to what you said you were going to do long after the mood that you have set it in has left. You see, people think commitment is saying, yes, I'll do it on the days when it feels good. But I have been committed to everything that I ever started in my life, and I never stopped and I never quit it. And so by being committed to everything that I started, I finished it. It built a certain type of spirit. It built a certain type of mentality. It built a certain type of individual. And so now I couldn't quit even if I wanted to. I couldn't lay in the bed even if I wanted to. I couldn't stop even if I wanted to. I had too much sweat equity in my life and everything that I was doing. Because I understood my existence wasn't about me. I went from me to we a long time ago. I understood the process is more important than the product. It wasn't about the outcome for me. Whether I made it to the NFL or not, that was inconsequential in God's plan for my life. But I was going to fall in love with that process because I understood by falling in love with that process, it was going to turn me into a machine. You see, a lot of people need things to get motivated. A lot of people need a little extra money to get motivated. A lot of people need, whatever the case may be, a little bonus to get motivated. I don't need anything but breath in my body and life. You see, the thing we have to understand about everything that we're a part of, first and foremost, it's a blessing by God. And when it's a blessing, you can't help but to give everything you got to it. My life got saved. I got spared my life. Almost died. The doctor came to me on the field. He was on one knee and he grabbed my wrist and he said, son, you don't have a pulse. I don't even know how you're still living. And my last doctor visit, they came to me and they said, sorry, Inky Johnson, you will never be able to use this arm and hand again in your life. I said, no disrespect to you, doc, but I will use this arm and this hand every day for the rest of my life by the way that I live my life. Every day I'm going to impact someone's life. Every day I'm going to empower someone. Every day I'm going to inspire someone. Every day I'm going to encourage someone.
Use your time. How are you using your time? You have something special. You have greatness in you. You have the ability to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. I know you've done some things that you're proud of, but I can tell you, based upon my own experience, if you're willing to put in the time with a coach, that's me up in here. If you're willing to put in the time to learn how you can use your voice, to learn how you can use your story. And the time is now. Don't put it off. Don't put it off. No, don't take it for granted. You've got more in you. Be willing to learn something new. Be willing to put in the time and the effort to acquire new skills so that you'll be in charge of your financial future. Things about the bottom is about to fall out in this economy.
Your problem is in your measurement. You are saying you want something, but you're not doing the things that you say that you want to do that's going to get you to that. So if you were to do that every day or 5 days out of the 7 days, you will get results. You're not getting results because you're saying one thing and you're doing something else. I want you to spend all your energy on overcoming your weaknesses, because behind every weakness you overcome is another level of success. Does that make sense? Whatever that thing is, on the other side of that is another level of success. I want you to look at it. Look at it. Put some energy into that thing. Put some energy into it. I want you to put down, I can, I will, I must. This is yours. I can because I'm capable. I will because I'm strong. I must because they're dependent on me. Write it down. Don't you sit here and act like you've reached all your level of success. No, you have not. You have not begun to see the things that's about to happen to you. Write it down.
This is life. Life is ups and downs, trials and struggles, but it's also joy. It's also finding that inner peace, finding that inner happiness, and saying to yourself, I will not let this take me out. And so whatever it is that you are going through today, I want you to say to yourself, Yes, this is hard. Yes, this is tough. You don't want to ignore the facts. But the truth is, you're still here. You're still living. You're still breathing. And that means that there is a purpose for you being here. And so if the thought has ever crossed your mind, if I disappeared from the face of the earth, it wouldn't matter. I want to counter that thought right now, because you do matter. Your life matters. Your purpose matters. And so I want you to fight for your happiness, fight for your peace, fight for your joy with all you've got. Despite what you're going through, I want you to commit to live, and I want you to commit to living fully. I know it might seem rough. I know it might seem like you're facing an obstacle that is just too much for you, but it's not too much for God. Trust the process. Hang in there and know that your life and your gifts are valuable.
Through all the things I've gone through in my life, I had a lot of downs. How did I keep the faith? It was a couple of reasons. Number one, I know from living that if you quit whatever you're trying to accomplish, if you quit, whatever you were trying to accomplish can never happen. There's not even a remote possibility. If you quit, there is no chance of it popping back up again, coming back later. Quitting is guaranteed failure. Now, when you're trying, you're going to fail. But quitting, just stopping, that was the number one thing I understood. And then number two, you have to make sure that your dreams, your aspirations and goals are so big that not accomplishing them is not an option. It's just not an option. You have to want something so big that it wakes you up in the middle of the night. You have to want something so big that you think about it all the time. You have to want something so big that it drives you to wake up when you don't want to. It keeps you up at night when you long been sleepy. It makes you show up, do things you wouldn't normally do. It requires extra. If you want to be extraordinary and not ordinary, if you want to be ordinary, live your life. But if you want to be extraordinary, you have to be extra. If you put extra on top of ordinary, that word is extraordinary. It requires an extra effort.
What are you hiding? Gifts, talents, creativity? Have you convinced yourself it's too small? You don't have the talent? You could never do anything great? If you will quit discounting what you have and start releasing it, God will multiply your talent, multiply your influence, multiply the resource. That's what He did with me. It's not how much do you have, it's what are you doing with what you have. Have you buried it, feeling unqualified, afraid, intimidated? Why? You're a child of the Most High God. You have been crowned with favor. I'm asking you to get that dream out. Get that book out, that creativity, that goal, release it, and watch what God will do. He'll take you where you could not go on your own. He'll exceed your expectations.
The only thing that counts in life are results, not reasons or why you didn't do it, but results. That's the only thing that counts. And we are capable of producing results. That's it. That's the bottom line. Are you willing to honor your commitment to do that? What are you willing to do? How many floors are you willing to mop? How many shoes are you willing to shine? How many phone calls are you willing to make? How many sales are you willing to make? How many jobs are you willing to hold? How much service are you willing to provide? That most people don't keep their commitments. They are not willing to be a no matter what person. That I'm going to make this happen no matter what. Most people use escape routes for themselves.
Most people have something that they could point to justify why they haven't produced the results. Some reason. Well, people weren't buying. Or the economy is soft. Somebody somewhere is buying. Somebody somewhere is spending some money. So as we begin to look at where we are, every time when I was working on developing my dream, and I knew that I had to do something, that I had to do it, I was always able to pull it out. Because I started thinking, if a Walt Disney can do it, if a John D. Rockefeller can do it, then I can do it.